Today I want to tell you about an invisible force with the power to destroy, but when harnessed properly, a force that can power entire cities. I'm talking about wind energy, and I'll take you through the history, current uses, and future of wind power. I've studied sources from organizations like the American Wind Energy Association and the Global Wind Energy Council, and I've found that wind power, the conversion of wind into usable energy, is becoming more and more important as non-renewable forms of energy, like natural gas, begin to deplete. Slowly but surely, the world is turning to wind energy as a powerful source of energy. By examining how wind power is used in other countries, we can assess how wind energy measures up to traditional forms of energy, and we can consider the global future of wind power. First, let's look at where the idea to transform wind into energy came from. Wind energy may appear to be on the cutting edge of the 21st century green energy trend, but its history stretches way back to the Middle Ages, where windmills like these were used to grind grain and pump water. These windmills won popularity throughout Europe, where water mills were reserved for the wealthy. But the dawn of modern wind power occurred in Denmark, where the government funded physicist Paul Lacour's efforts to build the world's first wind turbine in 1891. By the early 20th century, Denmark was already leading the world in wind energy production and consumption. But it wasn't until the oil supply crisis of 1972 when Denmark was forced to make wind energy their focus. Since the 1980s, Denmark has grown from producing only 2% of the country's electricity to 20% with wind, and the country has 5,200 wind turbines to date. Due to a lack of non-renewable resources and an abundance of wind, Denmark has become a world leader in wind power. Let's look at how other top countries have followed suit. The world's leading country in terms of wind power is China. In 2011 alone, China installed 11,409 new turbines. According to the China World Energy Outlook, the number of wind turbines in China today is 46,000. The commitment to clean energy is worth it. Wind power generated 71.5 billion kilowatt hours in 2011. This potentially replaced 22 million tons of coal, eliminating 360,000 tons of sulfur dioxide emissions and 70 million tons of carbon dioxide from the air. In the United States, wind energy is alive and well. In fact, wind energy is our #1 source of power. As of 2012, wind energy accounts for 42% of electricity in the US. As America seeks to turn away from pollution and non-renewable resources, we are beginning to use more and more wind energy. Across the US, over 45,000 wind turbines, like these in California, generate over 60 gigawatts worth of energy, potentially powering over 14.7 million American homes. That's the number of homes in Colorado, Iowa, Maryland, Michigan, Nevada, and Ohio combined. Looking forward, we can see the importance of turning to wind energy to power our homes and businesses. What's encouraging is the new technology allowing wind turbines to become even better. That 60 gigawatts the US achieved last year was the result of $120 billion invested in the wind industry. Still, improving technology allows for a better wind power system. For example, it took more than 25 years to reach 10 gigawatts in 2006, but only 2 years later, we had already hit 20 gigawatts in 2008. And today, the marginal cost of wind energy is less than 1 cent per kilowatt hour. There is no question about it. The world is leaping headfirst into a future of wind energy. The Danish government has a goal to supply 50% of electricity consumption with wind power by the year 2020, and China aims to increase wind turbine capacity by another 66% by 2015. The US is also committed to reducing pollution by advancing wind energy. For example, lawmakers in California see wind energy as a way to generate clean power for a state known to have the dirtiest air. Our world is moving faster than ever, and thanks to its amazing power and the development of new technology, we know that wind energy is indeed the way of the future. While the history of wind power goes way back to the Middle Ages, it wasn't until it was Denmark who helped usher in a new era of wind energy around the globe. Today, the US and China are examples for countries turning to wind as a powerful and efficient source of energy. And that development of new technology means that you'll begin to see the benefits of clean wind energy as we advance into the future.